Hey you guys, welcome to a brand new YouTube workout. Today I have a 60-minute jump for you. Okay, so get ready for the heart rate to pick up. This is gonna ask a little bit more of your cardiovascular engine, so it's gonna be a good one. All you need today is your jump board, okay? So no extra props, just your reformer, your jump board. Lock it in place, tighten it up because it's not gonna move all of class. All right, now, I know you love YouTube, and I love it too, but if you are not getting enough from me on YouTube, check out my platform. It is brand new, Pilates by JessPFit. There are already over 350 workouts already on the platform, both reformer and mat Pilates. I upload at least 3 new classes a week, okay? That's bare minimum. Sometimes there's more. We had 5 last week. So, and there are also 2 live opportunities, one on the mat and one on the reformer, where you can join me for a live class if you'd like. All right, so check it out, Pilates by JessPFit.com, and see what you think. All right, now let's get down to business. Pretty much all jump this class. Okay, we're gonna have a few moves that are gonna center us out that aren't going to include the jump board. Okay, so little sequence in the middle, little sequence in the beginning and at the end, but otherwise you're gonna be jumping all of class. So think a little bit of cardio today. That heart rate's gonna pick up a little bit, all right, which is always a fun thing, right? All right, so props, no props, just your jump board, okay? That's all you need. You, your reformer, and your jump board. So make sure that jump board is locked in place, it's tight, it's not going anywhere, we're not taking it off during class, okay? Your spring load. You want 2 springs on to start. I have a blue and a yellow. The yellow is an extra light in balanced body world. So I have a lighter medium, which is my blue, and an extra light, which is my yellow. Something like that would be great. Now, if you don't have an extra light spring, you can play with 1 red rather than 2 springs, okay? So see what feels right, but I have a blue and a yellow to start. We will juggle the springs just a little bit. Shoulder blocks are on. Headrest can either be up or down to start. When it needs to be down, I will tell you, so don't worry about that. But in the beginning, it can either be up or down. So whatever gives you better alignment through your spine, right? And you can tell that usually by looking in a mirror, or maybe having someone take a picture of you or a video of yourself while you're taking class, just so you can see if your head is tilted way back, like this when you're laying down, that means your headrest needs to go up, okay? You want a nice long line from the crown of the head all the way to the tailbone. So that's what you're looking for. Straps today, we are gonna use them just a tiny bit, both long and short loops available, please. If you only have one, use what you have, okay? And that's it. All right, so join me. We're gonna get down on the reformer. You've got those 2 springs on or 1 red. Your headrest is up or down. Go ahead and lay on your back. All right, shoulders up against the shoulder blocks. You're gonna take your straps to start. Okay, so we're not gonna start with jumping, it's coming. All right, and you're gonna bring those short loops into your palms, and I want you to bring your palms right over your underarms. Palms are facing the jump board. Okay, so we're gonna feel some nice engagement in the straps. We're gonna bring our legs into tabletop to start, all right? So toes are pointed, knees are over your hips. That is harder than knees over the belly button, okay? So I want you to keep your neutral spine and pelvis by keeping that tailbone on the carriage. Knees are over your hips, inner thighs are separated, right? My shins are parallel to the floor. Now, from here, we're gonna start with a full arm arc. So on your exhale, you're gonna bring the straps down to the carriage, elongate the legs, find an ab curl, lifting head, neck, and shoulders, and then you're gonna come all the way back to start, okay? Exhale, curl, leaving space between your chin and chest, right? Your arms come all the way to the carriage. Your legs are separated. That's gonna make it a little more taxing without the connection through the midline being as strong. Inhale, exhale as you curl. Good, inhale as you lower. 4 more, curl. Now we're coming up on the Pilates 100. Okay, that's how we're gonna warm up today. I am gonna give you the full 100. Your legs will be glued together when we do that. If you need to take a break, that's what you do. All right, you need to listen to your body. I want you to make sure that once we hit that Pilates 100, your low back maintains contact with the carriage. Okay, here we go. You're gonna glue those inner thighs together. Toes are pointed. You're gonna listen to my breathing cues. I will count. You don't need to do that. Okay, here we go. You're gonna inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're gonna curl head, neck, and shoulders, elongate those legs and hold. Draw the belly button up and in, close your ribs. Keep them that way and let's breathe. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're halfway. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring it all the way down and hang up your straps. Whoo, the abdominals are warm. They're on, right? They're on. Hug your knees into your chest. Now, if you have not gotten to the point where you can get through the full 100, that is okay. Take it in chunks, okay? Maybe you do 20 at a time, you take a breather. 20 again, take a breather, okay? I want you to make sure that low back maintains connection with the carriage. Otherwise, it's all out the window and you're doing more damage than good, okay? All right, so if you have questions for me, you know how to find me. All right. Leave your springs exactly how they are. I want you to scoot your shoulders just a little bit away from your shoulder blocks. The reason being we're going to take an ab curl. So your legs are on the jump board, both feet hips width apart. Your inner thighs are separated. Go ahead and press all the way out. Toes are shining straight up. You're going to interlace your fingers, thumbs long. That is going to come to the base of your skull, and you're going to find an ab curl, and we feel that already because of that Pilates 100, right? Elbows are going to stay wide. I want you to make sure that you have space between your chin and your chest because we're not yanking on the head, right? We're cradling it. We're giving it a little extra support. I want you to think about tractioning your skull out and back, okay, as you maintain that lift. Ribs are closed, belly button's drawn up and in. On your exhale, you're gonna bend both knees. Those kneecaps are tracking with big toe, second toe. Your heels stay connected to the jump board. And on your inhale, you leave. Okay, now I'm a real big stickler on jumps. If you've jumped with me before, right, you'll hear me repeat myself over and over again. I'm not trying to be annoying. I just really want you to jump with proper form so that we don't hurt our knees. There's no need to put unwanted pressure there. So we are not jumping on the balls of our feet. I want you to make sure that you always find contact with the jump board and your heel. Okay, so when we jump, we leave heel ball toe, okay, we leave heel ball toe, and when we land toe, ball, heel, okay, that's toes, ball of the foot, and then your heel, and you need to stick that landing, right? The heel doesn't just touch and pop off, right? We're challenging the flexibility through the back line of the leg by getting that heel connection. All right, we're also working on improving our gait, which is our walk. Now, we're gonna hold this ab curl the entire jump sequence. If at any point you need to let it go, you do that, you let it go, okay? And then your arms are long by your side. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna do a little swivel. Both legs are gonna rotate to the right and land center. Okay, then you're gonna rotate to the left, land center. Right, center, left, center. So I call this the bus driver. okay? If you had, a lot of times I'll do this with a ring. If you had a ring around your ankles or in between your ankles, it'd be like you were steering a wheel, okay? You steer to the left, you come through center to land. To the right, center to land. And I want you to think about the femur, which is the top of your thigh bone, in your hip, rotates those legs. The femur makes the rotation. So it is your whole leg. Your pelvis is quiet, right? We've got that ab curl, so that helps a little bit. Good, you've got contact with your low back and the carriage. You're here for 6. Good, left. Good, 5, right. And left. Good, last 4, right. And left. Good, last 3, right. And left, keep those elbows wide. 2, and left, last 1, to the right. We're gonna switch to knee pulls. So right here, knees come in and out, in and out. Now, your knees come in, but they stop over your hip. You don't need to bring them all the way to your chest, okay? The goal is to get your legs straight before you land, okay? And you're still finding that full foot connection. Landing, toe, ball, heel. Knees pull in. You keep the 90-degree bend at the back of the knee. All right, good. 6, hang on. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, give me one more. And bring it all the way in. Woo! Feel that heart rate? Right, I'm already sweaty. Okay, you're gonna turn to your right. All right, so you're gonna come onto your side. Now, before we do that, we're gonna change our springs. Okay, so I want you to find one blue spring, one blue. All right, now, you're gonna come onto your right forearm, okay? That's where we're gonna start, right forearm. Now, we're not gonna stay there, so I want you to know that you're not gonna be here super long. So if your shoulder gets irritated quickly, know this is not really long, okay? If you need to lay down, you pick up your headrest and you lie all the way down on your right ear, okay? You can also use a yoga block. If the headrest doesn't come up high enough, you can put a yoga block on your headrest, okay? So do what works for you, but no, we are not gonna be here too long, okay? Your right elbow and right palm are up against the shoulder block, or you can be out here on the headrest, wherever you feel most comfortable. I just want you to make sure that your shoulder is over your elbow, okay? Very important. Now, right knee is gonna be bent in front of you. You're gonna extend all the way out with your left leg, all right? Your left leg is gonna be that starting leg. So my right knee is at a 45 right off my hip. It's supportive. It's going to be working. I want you to stack your pelvis and find length on that bottom waistline as well as length on the top. So you want to think about tractioning that top hip towards the jump board. Okay? Left arm is going to come up in the air. That's just going to challenge stability a little bit more. All right? Now your left toes are shining straight forward. Let's start with a roll of the foot, no bending of the knee. So you're gonna roll to the ball of your foot and roll back down. Roll and roll back down. Now, continuing this movement, we're gonna flick away from the jump board. Okay, so no bend to the knee again. You're gonna roll and flick and land. Roll and flick and land. Notice my knee is not bending. It is completely straight. We're gonna play with straight leg jumps today a few times. All right, so I want you to make sure that when I say straight leg jumps, there is no bending of the knee. All right, and it's a little counterintuitive, right? Because we wanna absorb the weight in our landing, right? So I want you to just really think about that. You're working on articulation through the foot and ankle. For 4, good, 3, 2, 1, now allow that knee to bend and give me that jump. Now when you're bending your knee, you need to manage how far you bend because I don't want your heel to peel up when you bend. Your heel stays connected to the jump board, okay? Good. Find that flexibility and that range of motion It will grow over time if we work with proper form. But if we don't and we continue to just jump on the ball of our foot or let that heel pop off, there will be residual effects down the road, right? We will feel our knees. We don't want to feel our knees. We're not going to gain any range of motion, right? And that's always a goal in Pilates, right? All right, so full range of motion. You're inhaling out, exhaling as you land. It is never a goal to hit the rear of your reformer, right? We're using our breath to jump, which engages the core, right? That's what we're thinking about. All generates back to center. Inhale, exhale to land. 6, good. 5, 4, good. Last 3. We're gonna add a lift and lower here. All right, just a little lift and lower. So on your next one, you're gonna lift 3 inches and land. Good, lift and land. Toes are still pointing forward. You're still lifting up out of that right shoulder if you're on it. Okay, you're gonna feel that glute med turn on a little bit more, that side booty, top of the hip. Good, and you're still thinking about that left hip on top of the right hip. We don't wanna roll backwards. So that left arm needs to be slightly in front of the shoulder so that we don't bring it back here, which is gonna wanna facilitate rolling back, right? We don't wanna do that, all right? Good, you're here for 6, little lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, we're gonna play with rotation now from the femur and the hip, just like we did in the beginning. You're gonna land once in external rotation, toes point towards the top corner, and then once in parallel. External and parallel. So you're rotating from the femur and the hip. The rotation does not send your hip backwards. You keep that hip on top of your right hip. Okay, don't let it roll back. Stay lifted out of that right shoulder. Good, recommit to that because sometimes we lose that as we work. Toes rotate, so the whole leg, inner thigh shines forward, and then inner thigh shines down. Forward and down. Good. 6. Whoo, do you feel that booty? Good. Hang on. Good. 5. Excellent. Excellent. We're going to do a little kick to end this all. 4. And you'll notice a lot of the same movement patterns today. 3. Good, you guys. Excellent. Last 2. Good. Last 1. External and parallel. Now stay parallel, and you're going to give me a kick and come back to land. So you're kicking forward and coming back to land, right? Little quicker. You're on one spring now, though, right? Or yep, we're on that one blue. Good. Kick and bring it back. Kick and bring it back. You want to make sure you find that full foot connection. Think about your your ankle, the same height as your hip. Good. Excellent. You're here for 6. This is it. Then we're off that shoulder in 5, 4. Good. 3. 2. Last 1. And bring it all the way in. Oh boy, all right. Before we roll back on our back, because we will be getting there, you're gonna lay down now. So I want you to bring that headrest all the way up. You're gonna stay on your one blue spring. You're gonna come all the way down onto your right ear. Your right arm is gonna wrap that shoulder block right in front of you, okay? So in this position, you can also use your yoga block. Like I said, if you'd rather use a yoga block, keep the headrest down and put the yoga block there instead. It's gonna close the gap between the shoulder and the head. Okay, stack your hips, okay? And then both legs are gonna press all the way out against the jump board. 2 straight legs, like you're standing up on the ground. So your legs are hips width apart, all right? Now, your hips are stacked, so you're on the pinnacle or the highest point of that right hip. Find air between your right waistline and the carriage, okay? Now, that's not something I need to be able to see. It's something where I want you to feel breathing room there. So you're long on the bottom waist and long on the top. That way the core is working all the way. If you let the bottom waistline just dump to the carriage, we've lost some of that core connection. All right, so pick it up, draw the navel up and back between your shoulder blades, left hand is on your hip, and we're gonna do straight leg jumps again. So you're gonna roll through the ball of the foot and give a little flick and come back. Roll and back. It's a flick and a land. Okay, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, and it's a little quicker. There's no bend to the knee, right? We don't wanna roll back and we wanna keep that lift to the waistline, right? Lots of control from the core needed to keep the pelvis in this position. This is not easy to hold, okay? Inhale, exhale, land. Inhale, exhale, land. Good, I find these fun, okay, these little double leg, straight leg jumps. But now we're gonna turn this into a little run. Okay, you're here for 4, and then we're gonna alternate our landing leg in 3. Good, I will cue you through it all. 2, 1, now pause for just a second. You're gonna bend your bottom leg, just creasing at the knee. So your knees are still tracking with one another. All you did was bend that leg back, okay? All right, go ahead and point that back toe back there. And now you're gonna give a little flick on your top foot. We will switch our landing leg. So you're gonna flick and land on your right, bend at your left. Flick, land on your left, bend at your right. Flick, good, flick. So I call this the running man. Okay, my left hand is on my hip so that I continuously thinking about tractioning that hip bone towards the jump board, right? I've still got lift in my waistline. I'm still drawing my belly button up and in. It's a flick and an alternate landing. Good, you're braking at the knee so that foot is just flexing back. Good, point and switch. Good, for 6, excellent. 5, beautiful, beautiful. Keep going. 4, keep those knees from bending. 3, you're gonna feel that glute meet a lot today in these straight leg jumps. 2, good. Last one, right here. Good, landing with the left leg on the jump board and bring both legs there. Okay, now we're gonna turn over onto our hands and knees before we lay back down, all right? So come on up. You're gonna turn, okay, to face the carriage now on your hands and knees. Don't touch your springs. I'm gonna put my headrest all the way down just because it bugs me when it's up. All right, you're on your hands and knees. Now, for this one, we wanna continue with the left leg jumping. So the right knee is gonna stay on the carriage and that left foot is gonna press out against the jump board, okay? Now in this position, I want you to make sure that that right knee is directly under your hip. Lots of times if you don't have a mirror, I'll tell you to videotape yourself, or record yourself on your phone so that you can see your alignment during moves like this. It's hard to tell if someone's not watching you, okay? So I want you to make sure if you're newer to all of this, make sure you're trying to get some sort of visual so you know if that lineup is happening, right? Okay, that's gonna bring that femur up into the hip in its proper bone rhythm. You're thinking about your hips nice and level. My left toes are shining down. And we're gonna start with straight leg jumps again. You're gonna roll and flick through the left foot and land. Roll and flick and land. Flick and land, beautiful. Flick and land for 6. 5, I want you to make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders, but that your elbows are not locked out. 3, 2, good. Last one right here. Now you're gonna go for full range of motion. So you're gonna bend your left knee, keep your heel connected to the jump board, and then inhale to leave. Exhale, land, inhale, leave. Okay, your core is tight. All right, so you're thinking about drawing that belly button up and in. That's gonna help keep that pelvis stable, right? You want it nice and level. Good, I'm looking at my headrest, not at my knees, right? We want the back of the neck nice and long. Think about the collarbone broad, elbows just slightly soft, right? Get that heel to connect every time for 6. 5, we're gonna play with rotation on that left leg again. In 4, we'll land once in external rotation and once in parallel. In 3, good. 2, last one right here, inhale, exhale. Now you're gonna externally rotate and land, parallel and land. Externally rotate and land, parallel and land. So again, inner thigh shines down, inner thigh shines in. Inner thigh shines towards the carriage, inner thigh shines towards the midline. So you're just alternating your landing, but my pelvis doesn't change, nor does my shoulder girdle, right? And I'm keeping my breath going for 6. Excellent. Excellent control. 5, we're gonna do one more layer here. We got a little hamstring kick coming in 4. Good, hang on. Last 3. Whoo! Feel that right leg, feel that stable leg. 2. Excellent, good. Last 1. Now right here, parallel, heel to butt and land. Heel to butt and land. You're flexing your foot, you're bringing your heel towards your glute as you leave, and then you come back to land. The goal is to get the leg straight before you land on that jump board. You're here for 6. Good. 5. 4, we're not jumping on our toes. 3, land and find your heel connecting to the jump board. 2, last 1, right here, and bring it all the way in. Woo! Okay, you are rolling back on your back, okay, before we do the other side. We got one more on this side, all right? And then I got a little centered move for you. Okay, so you're still on one blue. On your back, give yourself a little bit of breathing room between your shoulders and your shoulder blocks, because we're gonna take an ab curl again, okay? Now, your feet, both against the jump board, go ahead and press out 2 straight legs. Your right leg is gonna come into tabletop, toe pointed. So knee over the hip, okay, shin parallel to the floor. Left leg is your jumping leg. It is at hip height. Okay, now your hands, interlace those fingers. Let's bring them behind the base of the skull, all right? And you're gonna hold that ab curl. Now, on your exhale, you're gonna bend that left knee, and on your inhale, you're gonna leave. All right, starting with full range of motion jumps on that left leg. We are gonna bring in some twisting. We're gonna bring in some kicking. We're gonna bring in some rotation. All right, so here we go. You're here for 4 before I add anything. All right, last 3. 2. Good, now you're gonna take your left elbow, or left shoulder, I should say, towards your right knee and back to land. Twist in your jump and back to land. So your left rib basket is rotating towards your right inner thigh, right? Twist and land. Twist and land. So it really is not about your elbows, right? I want your elbows to remain wide, right? You're still got space between your chin and chest. You're thinking about your shoulder getting towards that right knee. Good. 6 and land. 5. Good. Inhale takes you out. 4, use your breath, not the power of your leg. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Now stay center, hold your ab curl, hold your ab curl. We're gonna play with rotation here. Your jumping leg is gonna externally rotate and land, and then parallel to land. Externally rotate, inner thigh shines up, inner thigh shines in. Inner thigh shines up, inner thigh shines in. So your toes face that top left corner, and then they face up. All right, you're always looking when you bend your knees, and it's so nice when we have an ab curl, because you can see this, that your jumping leg, that knee tracks with big toe, second toe on the bend, right? Look for that tracking. Kneecap tracks right between your first two toes. That way that bone rhythm is on point, right? And we don't face any injuries there. Good. We want nice glide and movement. Good, last 4. Good, the last thing we've got here is a little high kick, okay, into external to parallel. Hold your ab curl if you can. Last 1. Now hold parallel, and you're gonna give me a kick up and down to land. Up and down to land. Good, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Right leg is locked in tabletop. Don't let that change. Find your full foot connection, right? I know I sound like a broken record, right? But I'm there to remind you. That's what I'm there for. You're here for 6. Whoo! 5. Keep that tailbone connected, low back down. Good, you've got 3, 2, 1, and bring it all the way in. Now stay here. You're gonna bring both feet against the jump board, okay? You're gonna press all the way out. Make sure you still have a little bit of breathing room between your shoulders and your shoulder blocks. We are not gonna jump right here. We're gonna roll up, okay? So, feet are flat, right? We're on a light spring, so you may feel a little bit of a floating sensation, right? But that's all right. I want you to try to keep your feet at hip height and grounded. Arms are gonna come up and over your chest, palms are facing in. All right, find your breath. We're gonna take an inhale to prepare, and on your exhale, you're gonna nod your chin and start to round your spine, and you're rolling all the way up to the tips of your sitting bones, and you're reaching your arms up and overhead. Now we're gonna roll it back down. So we're gonna curl the tailbone to get off the sitting bones, right? The lumbar spine, the thoracic spine. Good, the cervical spine, and all the way down. Here we go, let's do it again. Exhale, nod the chin, draw the belly button up along the spine as you lift onto the tips of your sitting bones. You're gonna feel that carriage move under you a little bit, right? Get all the way up there, find that tall posture, and then you're gonna curl at the tailbone. We're off the sitting bones. We're rolling through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. Exhale, nod the chin, round the spine, lift and reach. So we're avoiding the hiya lift, right? No momentum. I want you to think about all core control. Use that strong core you have. It is meant to be strong. Exhale, nod the chin, around the spine. You're looking at your inner thighs, then you're looking at the wall or whatever's right in front of you, eye height, eye level. Okay, and then roll it back down. One vertebrae at a time. You have 2 more. Okay, exhale, nod the chin around the spine, draw it all the way up, lift and reach out of that waistline, and then roll it back down, one vertebrae at a time. With the carriage moving, you may feel like you're getting closer and closer to the shoulder blocks. That's okay. Exhale, nod the chin around the spine, roll it up and lift. Okay, I got a little surprise for you. I'm gonna roll halfway down, right? You know how we do. You're gonna roll halfway, curl the tailbone, curl the lumbar spine, and as you approach the mid-back, I want you to stay right there. Your arms are reaching off of your chest. Right here, you're gonna give me a little pulse up. Reaching the fingertips 1 inch closer to the jump board, right? But we're thinking about the core lifting us. Whoo! Finding that little articulation through the spine for 8. 7, my feet are flat, my toes are relaxed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, roll it all the way up. Whoo, to roll it all the way back down. Very, 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 very nice. Okay, you ready to do the other side? Come on, bend your knees, come on in. All right, scoot away from the shoulder blocks just a little bit. We're gonna jump on that single leg. The right leg is gonna jump this time. So, both feet against the jump board to start. Go ahead and press all the way out to 2 straight legs. You want space between your shoulders and shoulder blocks. You're gonna take your hands, I'm gonna get a little more space, there we go. Interlace those fingers, find your ab curl. Here we go, connect to it and hold. Your left leg is coming into tabletop. Shin parallel to the floor, knee over the hip. Find that alignment, toe pointed. Okay, don't be afraid to have somebody come in and take a quick picture of you. All right, here we go. On your exhale, you're gonna bend that right knee. It tracks with big toe, second toe. My heel is down. Inhale, leaf. It is not power through your leg. I know your leg is powerful. I know you are strong. I know you could hit the back. I don't want you to hit the back because I want you to use breath. It's about using the breath to inflate away from the jump board like a balloon. Like when a child lets go of a balloon and it slowly enters the air, right? Let that happen. Just like that. I want you to think about a balloon floating in the air. Good. Belly button's pulled up and in. Low back has contact with the carriage because we have that ab curl, right? Neutral spine and pelvis. Good. You're here for 6. Good. Last 5. Excellent. 4. Good. 3. We're going to add that twist. All right. Are you ready? Right here. You're going to add the twist of the right shoulder towards the left inner thigh and center to land. Twist and center. Shoulder to inner thigh. Right ribs twist to the left. Right? So we pick up that right shoulder blade, but my left shoulder blade stays connected to the carriage. 8, good. 7, 6, 5, 4, good. 3, 2, last twist, stay center, hold that ab curl. Now we're gonna play with rotation. Your legs are gonna rotate external to parallel, and I meant leg, not legs. Your right leg is rotating, okay? So we land once in external rotation, inner thigh shines up. Once in parallel, inner thigh shines towards the midline, okay? You're alternating your landing, holding on to your ab curl, right? When we externally rotate, our toes are facing the top right corner. Then our toes face up, right? Top right corner and land, and up and land. My kneecap is always tracking with big toe, second toe on that knee bend. And I keep my heel connected on my knee bend. Okay? I know there's a lot to think about, right? But the more you jump, and the more you jump with proper form and technique, wow, you won't even have to think about it anymore. It'll just start to happen, right? And you'll just know. Good. You're here for 6. External and parallel. Good. That balloon is floating, right? So we're using our breath. Inhale as you leave. Good. Last 4. We're going to end this part with a high kick in 3. Good. The tailbone stays connected on your high kick. So I know it's fun, right? But I want you to use good form. I find jumping very fun. Very, very fun. Good. Last one. External. And then parallel. Now hold parallel and give me that kick and lower to land. You'll feel that nice stretch through the hamstring. Whoo! Good. It's a kick, lower to land. So when you kick, your inner thighs line up, right? And then we come back. Inner thighs line up and come back. Hold that ab curl. All right, you've got this. Exhale, land. Inhale. Exhale, land for 6. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and bring it all the way in. Okay, flip over. Oh boy, flip over onto your hands and knees. Okay, we're still gonna jump with that right leg. All right, hands are down. You are facing the rear. My knees are under my hips, so let's get that set where both knees are that way before you even press against the jump board, okay? That left knee needs to be directly under the hip. Wrists are under your shoulders. Right foot is coming to the jump board. Go ahead and press all the way out and hold that. All right, now you want to level out your hips. You want to feel the same pressure between your right hand and your left shin on that carriage. All right, so it's that cross diagonal, right, connection through the body. shoulder to hip, right shoulder to left hip. So let's find that. That core is on, all right? We're gonna play with those straight leg jumps first. So you're gonna roll through your foot, give a little flick, and land. Roll and land. Good. Roll and land. It's a little flick. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Full foot connection, right? Articulating the foot, articulating the ankle. Inhale, exhale. Elbows are not locked out. Inhale, exhale. Good. 4 more. 4, 3. I know you want to bend that knee. It's coming. 2. Good. Last 1. Now right here, allow that right knee to bend. Keep your heel down and give me that full range of motion jump. Good. Inhale, exhale, land. Inhale, exhale, land. Good. Hips are level. Fight for that. Right knee tracks with big toe, second toe. So you can take a quick look at your foot as it's landing. Make sure that knee is in alignment, but then look back at your headrest because we want that neck nice and long. Right? Inhale, exhale, land. Floating balloon, right? No power through the leg. The leg is powerful. Okay, it is working for you. I want you to think about your core. It's not hard to turn on some of those global movers, but sometimes it's hard to find that core connection, right? Here we go. 6, 5. Good, that right leg is long and strong when it's back there. 3, 2. Good, now we're gonna play with rotation. You're gonna land external, inner thigh down, and parallel, inner thigh in. External and parallel. So you're finding the swivel from the femur in the hip. The hip's not moving, right? It's the femur in the hip that moves and glides. Those are ball and socket joints at the shoulder and at the hip. They're supposed to be the most mobile in our body. We want to keep them that way, okay? Keep going. For 6. Good. Hang on for 5. And breathe. Keep breathing. For 4, external and parallel. Last 3, external and parallel. Good. Last 2. We're going to go for that hamstring kick or that hamstring curl. Last 1, external and parallel. Now stay parallel, and you're going to give me that flexed foot to the butt and back to land. To the butt, back to land. Kick and land. The goal is to get the leg straight before you hit that jump board, right? You want to catch and absorb that landing. Whoo! Keep that belly button pulled up and in. You're here for 6, 5, 4, whoo, 3, 2, last 1, and bring it all the way in. Oh boy. All right, we're gonna lay on our side. So for this one, I'm gonna ask you to bring your headrest up because we're gonna do the double leg first. Okay, so headrest comes all the way up. All right, you're gonna turn to your right and lay down on that left ear. All right, now you wanna wrap that left arm around the shoulder block. You wanna think about keeping the shoulders stacked just like the hips. All right, so both feet are on the jump board. Let's take both legs all the way out to start. Okay, and get set up. Your feet are flat. I want you to find the pinnacle or the highest point of your left hip. You're gonna find then that breathing room under your bottom waistline. And we're gonna maintain that as we work. Right hand is on the hip to traction that hip towards the jump board and find extra length on the right waistline, right? So we want the core working all the way around. Everything's engaged. That's why the waistline is lifted and long on both sides, okay? All right, here we go. We're gonna play with those straight legs first. So you're gonna give me a roll and a flick through the toe and the land. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale. Good. So we got that straight leg jump starting. We're gonna go right into that running man. Okay, but I want you to still find that articulation. Don't allow the knee to bend, right? That's it's a mind game, because just natural instinct, we want to bend the knees to absorb that landing. Okay, you're here for 8, 7, 6, good, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now right here, you're gonna bend your bottom knee, bend your left knee, so you're just flexing that leg back, okay? Here we go, you're gonna flick off the top leg and switch to land on the bottom. Flick off the top and switch. Flick and switch. Good, so you're alternating your landing leg, right? Little running man. Your knee is bending, so the leg goes back, right? But the front of my legs, my seat crease, right, the front of my hips, none of that changes. That stays nice and long, all the way down through my kneecap. The front line of my body is long, okay? And I'm bringing that foot behind me. Nothing changes with my pelvis. Nothing changes with my shoulders. Good, it's a little straight leg jump and a switch. Straight leg and switch. Good, finding that full foot connection as you land. Good, for 8. Excellent. Good, 7, 6. Good, you guys. 5. Woo. 4. Good, last 3. Good, you've got 2. Last 1. End with that bottom leg bent and bring it all the way in. Okay, you're gonna come up onto your left elbow. Okay, so we're gonna put that headrest down. All right, headrest is down. Left elbow is up. You can either have your arms in front of your shoulder blocks or on your headrest, whatever you had before. All right, my legs are curled up at that 45 right off the hip. I'm finding that length out of the waistline. Okay, make sure that left shoulder's over the elbow. Keep your left leg how it is. Your right leg is gonna press away from the jump board, okay? So we're gonna find a parallel right leg. Toes are shining forward. My ankle is at hip height, right? I'm stacked through my pelvis and it's gonna stay that way. And I'm gonna bring that right arm up. Make sure that right arm is slightly in front of your side seam so that it doesn't start to ask you to roll back, right? We don't want that. If our arms and our shoulders go back, our hips are gonna wanna follow, okay? So let's not let that happen. All right, right from here, we're gonna start with that roll to the ball of the foot and roll it back down, right? Now, before when we did this, I was setting you up for those straight leg jumps, okay? We don't really need to do that now, but I wanna make sure we're the same on both sides. Last one. Now you're gonna give me a flick through the toes. Flick and land. No bend of the knee. Flick and land. Good. Flick and land. Beautiful. Flick. Feel that side booty already? Right? It was working. You got 6. 6, 5. When it seems like the other leg is not working, because we've got that core connection and everything going on, right? We're working on our form so that everything stays connected. So it's working. It's working even when you think it's not. 3, 2, last one. Now you're gonna allow that knee to bend. Keep your heel connected to the carriage. Fight for that. And then inhale, leave. Okay, so manage the bend of your knee. Manage that, because the deeper you bend, the more the heel is gonna wanna peel off the jump board, and I don't want you to do that. Once you get that heel connected, it sticks, and then it leaves. Okay, sticks, and then it leaves. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Strong leg, right? Really strong. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're gonna add that lift and lower. So right here, you're gonna give me that little 3-inch lift, lower to land. Little lift, lower to land. From the top of the hip, right, that glute med side booty, you're gonna feel that really turn on. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Stay lifted out of that left shoulder. Okay, you can always lay down if you need to, right? But if you were up on the other side, I want you to stay up on this side. 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. 2, 1. Now right here, you're going to give me that rotation, external and parallel. External and parallel. So inner thigh shines forward and down, right? Forward and down. It's not a huge swivel, right? Because I don't want you to throw your hips off. They stay stacked. That rotation doesn't change anything. We're finding the femur in the hip and isolating that, okay? Swivel and parallel. You're here for 6, right? Then we're going to do that kick forward, and then we're out of it. Okay, 5 and down. Good. 4, swivel external to parallel. 3, external to parallel. I know it burns. I know the shoulder's getting tired. Hang on. All right, you're almost there. This stuff doesn't last forever. Last one. Hold parallel, and now give me that kick forward and land. It's a sweep and a land. You come back to land, pelvis stays quiet and controlled by the core, and land. And land. Good. Try to keep your ankle the same height as your hip on that kick. Good. You're here for 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And bring it all the way in. Oh my goodness. Roll on to your back, but before you lay down, add on a red spring. So now you got 2 springs, a red and a blue. Lie all the way down on your back. You're gonna like this one. We got short spine stretch. Ooh, very nice. Okay, headrest must be down for this. Absolute must. Okay, so put that headrest down. Go ahead and grab your long loops. Your long loops are coming around the arches of your feet. So go ahead and press away from the jump board with one leg and get those straps around your feet. Okay, once they are there, you're gonna find tabletop with your legs. Shins parallel to the floor, knees over your hips. My inner thighs are separated, okay? But we will be bringing them together. Arms are long by your side. All right, now, we're gonna keep the connection of the shoulders and the upper body. So I want you to think about those arms and those shoulders as a really nice base of support. You wanna open up the collarbone and get the shoulders down so that you can lift onto your shoulder girdle. Okay, now if you have any issues with your head, neck, and shoulders, I wouldn't recommend doing this. Okay, I would either just take this into legs and straps, right? Leg circles, you can do that. And then skip short spine stretch, okay? Now, go ahead and glue your inner thighs together. We're gonna extend our legs all the way out. So on your inhale, you're gonna press both legs all the way out. Good, and now we're gonna lift the legs up towards the ceiling and allow the tailbone to peel up, and then you're gonna lift up onto your shoulder girdle, right? Collarbone open wide. You're gonna bend both knees towards your nose. Both knees towards your nose. Now, from behind your heart, you're gonna roll one vertebrae at a time, back down to the carriage with control. Hips slower, you ground through the tailbone. Knees come over the hips, and you press all the way out again. Here we go. Arms are in control. Inhale, lifting those legs up towards the ceiling. Imagine someone pulling you by your big toes. Bend your knees towards your nose. And from behind the heart, we roll one vertebrae at a time, all the way back down. Once your tailbone connects and your knees are over your hips, press all the way out. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, legs lift. We allow the weight of the straps to help lift us up onto our shoulder girdle. Bending your knees with control towards your nose. From behind the heart we roll, articulating the vertebrae just one at a time, going as slow as you can. Good. Finding that tailbone, knees over the hips. Last time. You're going to press all the way out. Inhale, bring those legs up. Open up the collarbone, open up the chest, press your forearms into the carriage, bend your knees towards your nose, and roll. And slowly connect back to the carriage. Good. Tailbone is down, knees over your hips. Press all the way out to 2 straight legs, and now we're going to take it into leg circles. You're going to open your legs into a straddle and circle your legs up and around back over your hips. Inhale, lower your legs, open into a straddle, circle up and around. Keep your tailbone glued to the carriage, okay? Now, I have said that so many times in class, and nothing changes when I say it. I still see the tailbones peeling off the carriage, so I'm gonna just really emphasize that. You can hang on to your hip bones to make sure that there is absolutely no change in their orientation as you circle the leg around. Again, we're working on that femur glide in the pelvis. If you keep allowing the pelvis to pick up, we're not working on that glide anymore, okay? We're also losing a part of that core connection, all right? So we want to keep everything stable so we can really kind of isolate that movement and increase range of motion. Last one in this direction. You're going to hold your legs up at the top, glued, and now you're going to open them into a straddle at the top and circle down and around. Okay, same rules apply. I just like to keep my hands on my hip bones because it really helps me dial in. So the core keeps working. Even though this is a lovely feel-good move, I want the core connection there. Okay, good. So notice my legs may not look like they're coming all the way over my hips, and that's because I'm keeping a neutral pelvis. Okay? Everybody's orientation is a little different, all right? So you have to feel for that in your body, and you'll learn those cues to kind of keep you honest. Good. Last 2. Open at the top, circle down and around. Good. Last 1. Open at the top, circle down and around. Draw your knees into your chest. Go ahead and take both straps off your feet. Allow the carriage to come in. You're going to take your knees into your chest, give them one last hug, and then you're going to take the hands to the inside of your feet. Inside of your feet. We're going to do happy baby. Knees are going to open wider than your hips. My feet are facing the ceiling, like I'm going to stamp them on the ceiling, okay? Hold that stretch right there. It should feel amazing through the inner thighs and a little release through the low back. If you want to massage that spine, you can give yourself a little rock side to side just to massage that spine a little bit. But you're on an elevated surface, right? So if that feels uncomfortable or nerve-wracking in any way, don't do that. Okay, just hold it for 4, breathing normally. Last 3. Good. Last 2. Come back through center. Hug your knees in. Come all the way up, guys, and you are all done. That was a sweaty one. That was a lot of jumping, right? A lot of jumping. So I tell people a lot of times, right, I want you to incorporate cardio into your regular fitness routine each week, right? But if you're not a lover of the common cardio exercises, walking, running, hiking, cycling, if those, get on the jump board and jump. That is a great way to elevate your heart rate. And it needs to be for, 30 minutes at a time to really get the benefits of that elevated heart rate. But that heart is the most important muscle in our body. So we need to work it too, right? So don't be afraid to get on here and jump a little bit. This was a great class to kind of get the blood flowing and to get everything circulating. Like I said, I'm a stickler for jumps, so I know I sounded like a broken record a lot of the time. It wasn't to be annoying. It was just to really emphasize how important it is that we look for those proper bone rhythms when we work so that we avoid injury and we actually get the benefits that this amazing practice can give you. It only happens with that discipline, right? And finding proper form and technique. So Hopefully those cues radiated with you today. You know where to reach me if you need me. Leave a comment on the video. I will read it and I will respond back to you. I respond to everyone. If you'd rather email me, my email is jessdesign@me.com, Jess design@me.com. So you can email me anytime, I'll get back to you. I do have a platform, Pilates by JessPFit. All right, if you are not getting enough from my YouTube channel and you just want more, there is a lot more on my channel. It is both reformer Pilates and mat Pilates. I upload at least 3 new classes a week. So there is a lot. You also have 2 live opportunities a week if you're a member on the platform. One happens currently. The schedule does change, but currently they are happening on Thursdays and Sundays. But these are live classes where you are free, or they're free to join live as long as you're a member of the platform. You can come on. If you don't come on, that's okay. They are uploaded to the platform to do it another time. Everything is in high definition. The platform is 7 days free trial, so if you want to give it a try, there's no harm, right? You can cancel. Nothing needs to be paid if you cancel before the 7 days. If not, and you hang on, it is $24.99 a month. So I hope you give it a try. I also, though, hope you're enjoying YouTube. And I will speak to you guys soon. I think that's it. Good job, you guys. I'll see you soon.